Hi, ma'am. Good day. Today I'm going to report the chapter 8, the social work helping models and approaches. Now, in this chapter, different social work models and approaches to provide the social worker with an overall guide, particularly in her planning and actual and preventive work, are discussed. Depending on the nature of the client's problem situation, the work can choose one of these models or approaches as her helping strategy. In this model, being a social worker is very important, and also it's very important to know the different strategies so that if moadto na ta sa field or if we handle na sa mga client, we can apply or we can have something to use in case of. Number one, for individuals, groups, and communities. Direct provision model, intercession mediation model, mobilizing the resources of client system to change their social reality, crisis intervention approaches, and problem solving model. The direct provision model. The goal of this model, according to Snyderman, is the enhancement of client social functioning through the direct provision of material aid useful in eliminating or reducing situational deficiencies. The direct provision model, the goal of this model is to develop the client's social functioning, and also it is the direct provision of various forms of material assistance to different needy and advantaged individual and groups. The intercession mediation model. The intercession mediation model, it involves the process of negotiating the service jungle for clients, whether single or in groups. Now the worker here connect the client to need the services in the system until he has availed to them. Workers variety of roles in the client. First, a helper, interpreter, facilitator, expeditor, escort, negotiator, broker, and etc. Now, according to Snyderman, the utilization of non-consensual strategies such as direct confrontation, administrative appeal, and the use of judicial and political system as appropriate. Now, the social worker intercession mediation is a response to the often alienating effects, manipulating them with necessary and appropriate in the interest of the client. Now, like the other helping models and approaches, the intercession mediation model is applied in the context of the social work helping process. Now, the worker has to do assessment, planning, intervention, and termination, mobilizing the resources of client system to change their social reality. Premise on the belief of that problems are not always due to personal inadequacy but often to deficiencies in the social reality, and that if people are to be helped, the target of attack should be latter. Now, this model of intervention can be used to help individual, client, groups, and communities. These interventions potential for impact particularly on the situation of multi-problem Filipino clients cannot be underestimated. When with the awareness of their number, they can be helped to realize that through group efforts at self-help, they can improve their life situations. The crisis intervention approach. Crisis theory is known to have developed out of work in a public setting and orientation with a truly interdisciplinary approach involving medicine, social work, psychology, and psychiatry. The theory is based on the idea that there is no such thing as a problem free state, and life is a series of recurring developmental crises. A crisis is defined as an upset in a steady state, an emotional reaction on the part of an individual, family, or group to a threatening life event. Crisis intervention is a process or actively influencing the psychosocial functioning or individuals and groups during a period of acute disequilibrium. Crisis intervention involves a warm, empathic reaching out and what is called a search and find approach. Participation is always voluntary, and the client should be committed to the change process.